as much as
So my partner's in here. He just, I got him out the booth for a minute. Nipsey Hussle, what's up?
Drum, what up? What up?
Nip is here, man. Crenshaw. Hold on, I gotta say this. We got robbed at the Hip Hop Award nominations for Crenshaw not being nominated. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, I was gonna be quiet. I felt the same way.
How does Crenshaw not get nominated for Best Mixtape of the Year?
I mean, man, you know, it is what it is. It's opinion based, so you know everybody got their opinion. But I felt, as far as impact, I don't think no other mixtape impacted it.
Absolutely
to the degree as what we did with that Crenshaw. You know?
And it's still going, man.
Right, most definitely.
What's up, man? How you enjoying the A-Town? Were you here for the awards? Were you in town?
I came the Monday after the award weekend, so no, I missed the awards. I was working at LA.
Okay. Do you care about stuff like that?
I mean, you know, it's hip hop. I'm still a part of the culture, so absolutely. You know, if I wasn't working, I'd have been down here, but I had some money to get it, so you know.
Since Crenshaw dropped, you've been consistently on the road, doing a lot of pop-up shops, been moving around. How's that been going?
Man, everything was dope, you know. We sat at Volcano and talked about, you know what I'm saying, doing a mixtape together, and then we put it out, and, you know, the reaction was well received, and, you know, we just been making a lot of business moves, you know, outside the box stuff, like you said, the pop-up shop.
Right.
Just to be able to, you know, be ourselves and represent something that's as near and dear as Crenshaw, you know what I'm saying? That's really the street we all grew up off of. I got businesses, my family, I'll be on that block every day of the year, just, you know, and so forth, to represent us and to be becoming global. That's dope.
How's the shop doing?
It's doing good. We getting ready to open up another one.
Okay.
We're gonna start, you know, franchising it out in different cities and all that.
Do the white kids come by too, or are they scared to come to the hood?
Nah,
they order theirs online?
Nah, I mean, you know, we get a lot of online orders, but I catch people from like Australia.
Yeah.
Walking up with their family and like, yeah, Pops, this is what I was talking about.
Right.
And you know, people from a lot of Japanese people, a lot of Oriental people come through. So, you know, and the homies, you know, they don't press on customers. They, you know, it's like a warm embrace when you come through.
888 Shade 45, Nipsey Hussle is here.
Yeah.
Okay, since Crenshaw, have you had the time to work on new music? I know your show game is crazy.
Yeah, we did a Crenshaw tour. That was like, we did 33 dates. I was talking to Lake earlier about that. We toured the whole United States, did a lot of international shows. Now, really, I'm just back in the lab.
What have you felt like you've learned the most in the last year since you dropped that?
Man, you know, trust your gut.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If anything, I say, you know, gamble on yourself, trust your gut, because it wasn't the most conventional idea. Far as just the way we put it out, you know, us choosing to stay affiliated with just ourselves, as far as like cosigns and all that. But it ended up working out. So I just say, trust your gut, man. When you got a good idea, believe in it and bet on yourself.
You're somebody who, when it comes to the music, I feel like you don't. You do that. You just you trust your gut. You don't really go with some of the trends or a lot of the sounds that, you know, people may go to directly to go to the radio.
Right.
Have you always been that type of guy? And I mean, you know, are you gonna stray away from that?
I mean, I think, you know, it's a balance. We were just talking about this earlier. I think that it's like, what you think is hot, that's why people mess with artists.
Yeah.
Because of your opinion. So I think if you stray away from what you think is hot, just and follow what's popular at the time,
right,
you could end up having no identity and not represent nothing. But the middle ground is like, you know, you gotta kind of play the game to an extent. We don't want to be, no disrespect, we ain't aiming to be underground. We want to be global.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a learning process and it's an uphill battle. But my goal and where I see myself is being global and being mainstream.
I mean, but for instance, though, I would love to see what Nipsey and Mustard would come up with when they got in the studio, and what that would sound like. Man,
we've been working. I put out one record that we did. It was called "Where Your Money At," and it was like a record I threw to the blogs and all that. And it got good reviews. But most definitely for my album, we've been in the studio trying to get the right record, because you know I don't just want it to be any song. I want it to please the Mustard fans, and I want it to sound like something that they expect from me. And yeah, I'm working with Mustard for sure.
Nipsey is here. I noticed something on Instagram. You know, it was a couple weeks ago. Popo had y'all pulled over on some nothingness.
Yeah, you know, they just based on who works in my store and who, you know, help put it together. They got their own preconceived notion of what goes on. Even though we pay taxes, everybody's on payroll. It's a completely legitimate store. They still come in there and act like it's a dope spot. and come with 15 police and kick the door down, search under t-shirts, don't find nothing. And you know, last time I was a little upset, so I just gave my boy how I felt, and they booked me for some frivolous bullshit. I was out in a couple hours.
Crazy.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to Nipsey Hussle, the phone line's open, 888-SHADE-45. We're going to get into some of that shit like we should. Y'all know what it is. Friday night, Cannon's here, DJ Drama. Let's go. Friday night, Nip Hussle in the building.
Yeah, what up?
You know right now some legendary shit is happening in the city. Outkast is performing around the corner. They got like 3 shows. What does Outkast mean to you?
Man, they like, to me, that's like the original dose of Atlanta that I got.
Okay.
Just being a rap fan and like hearing ATLians, you know what I mean, and even going back before that, that's what really turned me on to them when I went back and did my Southern playalistic homework and all that, and then following them.
Okay.
I think, you know, they should be given the credit. It's like really taking the Atlanta culture and the Atlanta sound national then global, you know, first.
So if I ask you who's the better group of all time, Outkast or NWA?
Damn, and I'm in Atlanta right now. I mean, I can't say which is better. I ain't gonna say better. I think for LA niggas, NWA represented what we was familiar with.
Right.
And you know, the mentality of saying fuck the police, that meant a lot. And that was before my, you know, era. That was kind of, I caught the Dog Pound, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg era. But I know what NWA meant to the city. And I wasn't in Atlanta for Outkast, for when they came out, you know what I'm saying? But I can't say either one is better. I think they equally iconic to hip hop.
Do you have a favorite generation of hip hop for you? Like when you think about it?
Shit, right now I'm getting money in this generation. This is my favorite generation. But musically, I think I ain't gonna be a dinosaur and say like the 90s and all that, but I just think, you know, it was a lot of street-inspired hip-hop in the 90s, you know. I like the artists that represent the street right now. I like some of the stuff that's not street-oriented, that's just good music. I'm off Jeezy new album. That was you know, some shit that I really appreciated. I was banging.
Definitely.
YG shit, he came thorough. So, you know, it's a lot of dope rap music out right now.
We got some people who want to talk to you. I want to go to the phone lines.
Yeah.
Turn them things up. 888-SHADE-45. Friday night. Nip Hussle is here. What's up? You on the air? What's up?
What up?
What's going on?
Biggie from motherfucking Vancouver.
What up?
I'm trapping in my motherfucking marathon shirt right now.
As you should.
Wondering if you're coming through motherfucking Vancouver. You canceled the show, bro.
Man, you know how y'all border is, man. I flew in from Paris and I got deported last time. So, you know, I'm just trying to get my visas right and all that, but I know.
It's fucked up down here.
Yeah, but I'm working on it. As soon as we get good, we coming through. I know it's a gang of fans out there and y'all been rocking. I see my orders going from Canada.
I'll be there with my marathon shirt up, repping hard, bro.
As you should, bro. That's love.
Appreciate
Yo, respect.
Nah, likewise, homie, for sure.
I'm marathon life all day. All day, bro.
No question, my nigga.
He sound he on that green life all day too. Appreciate your phone call. 888-SHADE-45 Friday night. Calling you on the air with Nip Hussle.
What up?
What's happening? Yo.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, Space.
What up?
What's that, man?
Talk to us.
Hey, it's Space Brown. I'm
Oh, this
shit.
face.
Scarface. What that face?
Yeah, Scarface.
going down, yo. You good?
Face, what's up?
I made one, my nigga. What's happening?
It's all good. It's all good. I heard, no, I'm really calling my niggas.
Yeah, nigga, what's happening? Nigga, what's up?
Yeah, that's real.
Man, I'm laid back, man, checking you out, man.
Man, that's love, my nigga. We just working on this new shit. You know I got something for you.
I already know.
Hell yeah.
I already know, my nigga. Yeah, y'all play my jam, man. For the people that ain't really familiar with Nipsey, man, this little nigga go hard to the motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Tell them niggas, man.
He go hard to the motherfucker, man. That's like one of the young that I really respect in the game, man, because he's killing that shit.
That's
man.
big.
That's what's up, big homie. Appreciate you, my nigga.
Yeah, man. Yo, for sure, man. I said that jam. What's my jam? Don't you up? Respect the past. What's that shit?
Yeah, respect. You got that? You got that, Kenny?
I gotta find it.
Yeah, we. That's what's up.
I had to call this nigga one night. I say, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Play that shit, man. Y'all got it? You got it up there?
We looking for it right now. We gonna get it before the end of the show. We gonna get it on there. That's love too, big homie. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. I love y'all, man. That's one thou out.
Face, where you at? Where you calling from? You in Texas? You in the A?
I'm in the Dallas, man. Played a celebrity golf tournament.
Okay.
Boss shit.
Man,
Right.
next time you in the A, you gotta come through the studio, man. We got slots, we got radio, we got everything for you.
Yeah, I know. I'm finna come through that motherfucker in a minute, though.
Yeah, say no more, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put that Face Mob and that Nip Hussle record together.
ASAP.
Yo, we appreciate you calling. Salute, OG.
I salute y'all too, man. Play my jam, man.
It's on the way.
Love, bro, every time.
All right. Appreciate it. 1,000.
Shout my nigga Scarface for calling in.
Yeah, man. Legend.
Yeah, that's big right
Real
there.
niggas, yeah, we had a long convo.
Yeah.
Off the record, you know
Okay.
what I'm saying? We talked on the phone for some hours just about that's what he was saying. He heard the record and was just like, man, I want to call you and tell you, you know what I'm saying, just on some rap shit, on some street shit. I salute and I respect. And I'm like, yeah, my nigga, you know, he grew up on your shit. I'm rapping lyrics to him and all that, so it was real. Shout out my nigga Face, man.
I feel like you get a lot of those phone calls from a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, if not a phone call, when we end up, you know, crossing paths, certain individuals are like, you know, just take time and be like, I really respect how you rap, how you carry yourself, and your grind, you know. But we just try to, like, you know, we grew up on certain artists and watched how they did it. And I feel like, you know, we gotta carry on tradition. Just the real niggas that was entrepreneurs and was, you know, led by a code and represent good music, you know. So that's kind of my DNA or what I'm trying to do, you know. When
it comes to this album, do you feel pressure, or do you feel like you have a lot to live up to you know, the space that you're in right now, and a lot of eyes are on you, and you know what you're about to accomplish and who you're about to be in the rap game?
Right. Nah, you know, majority of the songs that I put on Crenshaw was records that I didn't feel was good enough for Victory Lap.
Right.
And I had a ton of records already recorded that I felt was special records that just told my story, that represented who I am as a person, as an artist. So, you know, for Crenshaw to be as successful as it was, you know, I'm kind of like, I'm just working to make sure I don't, you know what I'm saying, not do my job, because I had the majority of the records for the album done before I released Crenshaw. So, you know, going back in after what we did with Crenshaw, just to, like, you know, put another leg of work in. So, no, it's no pressure. I don't think anybody could put more pressure on me than myself and the vision I have for where I want to be. And I say this all the time, where we started to where we at is a much further distance to where we at and where we're trying to get.
888-SHADE-45 is the number. Nipsey Hussle is here.
Yeah.
Independent, you're still independent.
Yeah.
You get phone calls every day from all these labels.
Yeah, man.
I mean, what's going on?
I mean,
what do you want to do?
I like doing my job first. You know, they try to give you the check.
Cause where I'm at, they got a check ready for you.
Yeah.
Where Cannon's at, they got a check ready for you.
Yeah.
You know, there's a couple other people in the room. It's a lot of checks ready for you.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, we just, I want to do my job. My job is to make the album.
Right.
So, you know, I want to create my product, and we all sit down and see who got the best offers.
Let's go to the phone lines. We got some more callers. They want to talk to Nipsey Hussle. He's here. 888-SHADE-45. What up? You on the air? Who's this?
I couldn't hear you. You said it's who, bro?
Yeah, this P from Texas. What name is Big P?
Oh, what's up, my nigga? How you feeling?
Man, thank you down there. We got nothing to respect for you out here, man. Straight up, man.
Well, likewise.
You know what I'm saying? You always want to. That's a lot of everybody. You got that's on everything.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
I got a lot of love when I came to Houston, man. That was one of my best shows on the tour. So yeah, man, I got an equal amount of love and respect for that city, most definitely.
Straight up, man. This is your second, third, fourth home. Whenever you come through, it's all love, man. I can't lie, man. My bitch put me on that country, and I can't lie, man. It was over for like 4 weeks.
That's it.
Bullshit, man. I mean, nothing else, man. I take it out on budget, you know, to listen to my gospel, but we follow you on the gram. I'm gonna support the movement, all money in.
That's love, my nigga. I appreciate you, homie, and you know, like I said, equal love and respect, man. It's genuine. When I came to Houston, I was, you know, I seen a line around the corner at the venue. I ain't got no songs on radio out there, so I knew it was all real fans that connected organically. So
you got a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your music sometimes doesn't always play extensively on the radio,
right.
You know, on the mainstream radio, but
right.
your fans, you know, they come out.
Yeah, they show up. Houston was one of my best shows. I went home talking about that, and I'm like, I gotta go back to Texas,
right,
and just touch back down and get a love back, you know. And I put artists from Houston on the Crenshaw,
absolutely,
specifically because I'm a fan of that music. I'm a fan of Zero, you know what I'm saying,
right.
Slim Thug. It's an artist down there named J-Dog, you know what I mean?
Shout out to J-Dog, has another 48.
Yeah, man, you know, J-Dog got a tape I heard called Behind 10 Volume 2, and then I was in rotation. You know, that was my go-to. I turned a lot of niggas in LA onto that.
Crazy.
So yeah, man, I got a lot of love for Houston.
Let's get into some music, man. Nipsey Hussle is here, 88 Shade 45. Cannon Drama, shout to Trendsetter Sense, y'all know what it is. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
Yes, 88 Shade 45 Friday night, the Academy, the affiliates. Trendsetter Sense, Don Cannon, DJ Drama, Nipsey Hussle is here.
Yeah.
You dig.
Marathon continues.
Shit don't stop.
London just walked in. London on the beat.
My nigga.
What it do, drummer?
What's up, man?
Man, working, man. Same thing.
I came in the other day. I seen you and Nip cooking up.
Yeah, man.
It sounded something special.
Yeah, we got something real epic coming.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that.
I just want to brag, you know, Pass Me the Hookah was done at Main Street Studios with London and Thug just one night in 5 minutes, and it turned into a smash record.
No question.
Yeah, man. Drummer, we made a lot of hit records in here, man.
Absolutely. Congratulations to you. You on fire, man.
Appreciate it, man.
The new 2 Chainz record, Dresser, is crazy.
Crazy.
You know, Lifestyle is going up.
Just hit #1.
Crazy.
Bluebird, Thug, Rich Homie Quan.
All About the Money is stupid.
Yeah,
I don't want to forget anything. You got a lot.
Yeah, I got a lot on the way too, man.
You got a lot on the way.
Y'all be on the lookout for that Rich Gang album.
Yeah.
September 29th.
Yeah, that's the mixtape dropping, right?
Mixtape.
That's gonna be crazy.
And then we got the album coming in November.
He's gonna be on Quality Street Music Volume 2. He's gonna be on my album.
You did.
Nipsey's on my album.
Yeah.
We got a lot of things going on, man. How's it feel? You know, it feels like in the last year, just.
Man, I'm just blessed to be here, man.
Right. That's a good feeling.
All I can say. It's a good feeling to be here, man.
Nipsey, when you go into the studio with producers, or when you with writers or other people that you're creating with, how's your process work?
Man, it's different every time. You know, I try to just make everybody comfortable.
Right.
You gotta get, you know, trust. If you're an artist, you gotta trust the producer. They gotta trust the artist they working with for the good shit to happen.
Okay.
So, you know, I just try to make it comfortable and no pressure and just a cool vibe, because that's when the good shit start happening. When me and Bro got in, you know, I played a couple records for him, let him hear where I was at, and then he pressed play on me, and you know, it was immediate, you know what I'm saying? We started working on the record immediately.
Chemistry was there.
Yeah, most definitely, you know. So that was one of them situations when it just was natural, you know.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, and you know, just being in your studio, it's a lot of traffic and artists and producers that have come through. So, you know, I extended my stay for another week. I'm gonna, you know, try to book it out for another week because I like what's going on.
Yeah, we're gonna try to book it out for another 2 weeks for you.
Say that.
So we keep you on the A-Town.
Say that again, nigga.
And get some of that vibe, some of that.
He ain't going nowhere.
Some of that JR Crickets.
Yeah, man.
Some of that Randy come through, you know what I'm saying? And get it right. Listen, man, Nip has to go back to work. So we gonna get back to work and what we doing. 88 Shade 45. I know it's a lot of people that want to talk to him. You can hit him on his Twitter right now.
Yeah.
If he's finished over there in the B room, we might try to get him back over here. Diamond is coming up next. A-Town, y'all know what it is. Main Street Studios. Streets is watching. Let's get it.